Google AdWords. So in this video, I'm going to break down how to go through and run Google AdWords campaigns. I'm going to show you guys two different campaigns that have worked extremely well for me in the last 30 days and even the last several months. And so right here, guys, this is my Google AdWords account. So you can see in the last 30 days or so, last 30 days, December 26th, January 24th, spent about $7,000, a little over $7,000. At about 3,000 conversions, so leads generated at a cost of about $2.38 per lead, which honestly is pretty good. And so I want to go through and show you guys all this, but with complete transparency, guys. I spend a fraction of the amount that I do over on Facebook. So this is inside of my Facebook ads account that I've spent in the last 30 days, about $77,000. So just take that for what it's worth, that I've spent a lot more on Facebook ads. So if you guys want my full Facebook ads mini course, I'll have a link down right below this video to that. You can opt in, see exactly how I run advertisements on Facebook as well as Instagram, and a lot of different strategies there. But this is all about Google AdWords and how to go through and run your ads right here on Google. And I'm going to show you guys two different campaigns that work extremely well and some of the targeting that I would highly recommend. Now from the $7,000, just to show you guys my tracking, because I like to be completely transparent on this channel here, show you guys everything that's happening. So I track everything on a day-by-day basis, as you can see here. And it seems probably like, you look at all these numbers, seems a little bit crazy, and it seems like, oh, that's a lot of work. But honestly, it only takes about 3 minutes every single day to go through and update this, especially when you have the spreadsheet all laid out like this. So you can see right here, this is ad spend. So this is ad spend for just the month of January. That's why right up here, this is the last 30 days, because taking a little bit of December is about $7,000, and this is a little bit lower, about $6,000. And haven't updated with today. It's not live update, up to date stuff, because I haven't tracked, because I track the next day going back. It's about $6,000. But if you look at total revenue generated, so I've got Stripe and PayPal separated, and I've got revenue and cash separated, because revenue is if somebody buys something on a payment plan. Obviously that's projected revenue that you could potentially make in the future, whereas cash collected, that's like what you have in your hands day of, which a lot of marketers just talk about revenue, but you need to understand where your cash is at versus your revenue, or else it's going to be very difficult to really go through and grow your business, although the revenue numbers are extremely exciting. So you can see right here, from the $6,000, been able to generate about $23,500 in total revenue. So that's like a 4x ROI right there, which is pretty good. And then you've got total cash is about $20,000. Now most things I've been pushing this month have not been payment plans, so you can see that's only a $3,000 difference right there. And so $6,000 to $20,000, it's like a 3.5x ROI, which is pretty good. And then at the end of the day, you've got your profit and loss on revenue on cash. So about $14,000 made so far this month with Google AdWords. And then guys, once again, this tracking, I have separate tracking for my Facebook ads. This is all just my AdWords tracking. Now the reason why I'm spending a little bit of time showing you guys this is to go through and show you that, like, I'm not just making some random video about how to go and run AdWords. I actually know what I'm doing, and I've made some money doing this, and this is just for this month, for this new year. And so you can see right here, revenue generated, profit and loss after the $6,000 ad spend is accounted for $17,000, $14,000 right here. And honestly, guys, $6,000 is really not that big of an ad spend when you kind of compare it to like $77,000 here in Facebook and what money you can actually make. So my goal the next couple months is really ramp this up for you, and I'll make another video for you guys then. But I made a video last year on AdWords and did really well. You guys really enjoyed it, and so I figured I'd go in and make another video, because Google, they've changed a lot of the advertising platform, what to do, what not to, all that stuff. And so first, before we jump into the campaigns, I just want to go through and break down some of the targeting options. And these are going and showing you like how you can create custom audiences just like you would on Facebook. So a custom audience would be, let's say if you have a YouTube channel like I do, anyone that has watched your YouTube videos, anyone that subscribed to your YouTube videos, or let's say you don't have a YouTube channel, but you have a list of leads or a list of customers or people that visit your website. We can create custom audiences of all these people and these perform extremely well. And then also on top of that, I'm going to show you guys how to do all this here in just a second. You can create what is called a similar audience. So it's an audience that's similar to, like, let's say your buyers, all your buyers. And so Google will go out and find people that have a similar income demographic, age or interest or different things like that. Maybe they're visiting similar websites to those people that were your past buyers. Is the same concept as a Facebook lookalike audience. And so in order to do that, what you're gonna do is just come over here to Tools, and you're gonna come over here to Audience Manager. It's under the Shared Library. So this is kind of the new format. When I shot this video last year in 2018, about a year ago, it was completely different, obviously, because Google has updated their total user interface. So we come here, click on Audience Manager, and then you can see these are all my different audiences that I have. And you got the size on search. So like when you're typing into google.com, and let's say we'll type in basketball shoes. Okay, like what is the audience size of people actually typing this in for your ads right there? And then for YouTube, okay, so you can see these are a little bit different sometimes. A lot of times they're the same, but you see right here 13,000 and 12,000. And then on display, this is like the little ads that show up as banners on, let's say, like a blog or some other website. So you've got 18,000. And then so you can see how these numbers all differ a little bit. And then Gmail, how many of those people are Gmail users that you can actually advertise to these people inside of their Gmail inbox? Okay, so that's pretty cool. And really quick, guys, before we jump in any deeper, for those of you guys who might be wondering, well, what is a Google ad? What does it look like? So you can see right here, it's at the top of the search results. So you've got right here, it says ad. Or if we go over here to YouTube, and let's just maybe type in basketball shoes right here. And usually there's going to be, so on this one there actually wasn't, but typically there's going to be an ad right up here at the very top, just like on the Google search. So that's where your ads are actually going to go show. So let's just jump back over here to the audiences. So in order to create a new audience, all you got to do is click on create an audience, and you can create a website one, a YouTube user. So this is going to be anyone that's viewed your videos, liked your videos, subscribe to your channel. Customer list, this is probably what most of you guys are going to be using as far as uploading any contacts you have of past leads for your business or buyers or anything like that. You can upload their email address, phone number, any other data right there. So this one, and then website visitors, these are going to be two of the most commonly used audiences for you all that are watching this video right here. So you kind of give it a name. You say, hey, visitors of a page. So then you can go through and basically say, you know, hey, I want people that have visited this exact website. So like if it's your blog or a specific page in your blog or website or whatever it is, and then you can say, hey, anyone that's visited in the last 30 days, or you could change this number up. Maximum is 540 days. Or if you want to say, hey, I only want people that visit the last 7 days in the last week, you can do that as well. Now jumping back over here, I want to show you guys the two campaigns that I've been running and that have been working very well for me. You can see I've got $2.38 leads, which honestly that's kind of tying in some other campaigns that are not focused on leads. That number's a little bit higher. That's probably sub $2 in all reality. If we come here, look at some of these campaigns, some of these are the cost for conversion right here. You can see those are not actually going after generating leads. So I'm spending money and it's not going for leads, which it accounts into that whole $2.38 mark right there. Okay, so what we're gonna do is come over here to the campaigns, and we're gonna click on new campaign, just like this. And so what you want to do is kind of go through and decide what you want to achieve with your advertising that you're going through and placing. So I like to go and generate leads with my business. That's kind of the primary thing of any business, because the leads obviously can then go and result into sales. And honestly, website traffic is good, but you're usually getting people to your website because you want to generate a lead. So I like to just go and run the leads campaign right here. And then what I like to do is I like to go and do the video campaign, because I like to do a lot of YouTube video ads, because you're able to build a deeper connection with people through video as opposed to just like a bunch of text. And so kind of like on Facebook, where you can have an image with your ad or a video with your ad, this is the way you're able to build a little bit deeper rapport as opposed to just having text on a page. However, obviously that works as well But this is one of the 2 campaigns I'll be showing you in this video. So if we click on video, click continue here, and then we give it a name. So we'll say demo campaign and choose a budget. Now the thing that I found out, what I used to do is go through and spend like $100 a day starting out on each new campaign that I was doing. But the thing is that happens is something called ad fatigue. So if you have an audience size of, let's say, 100,000 people or 1,000,000 people or whatever it is, if you're spending a lot of money, you have to go through and rotate those ads more often. Whereas I kind of like to go and spend around $40 to $50. So let's just say 40 bucks for this one, and then have multiple ads. So like you've probably seen it like on Hulu or some of these other companies that have all these ads on their platform, where you see the same commercial over and over and over again, and it just starts to get annoying, and you start to kind of like just tune out that commercial, tune out that company. Whereas if you spend a little bit less money but you have multiple ads rotating through, then it's gonna be a lot better user experience, and your brand is gonna have a lot better appeal to the person viewing it. Okay, so then coming down here, I usually like to do starting out like 5 bucks a day. If you want it to really go through and start getting promoted instantly, you can go and say, hey, I want each lead. So this is the target CPA, so cost per acquisition. That's how much you're willing to pay for one new lead. Okay, so you can start at 10 bucks and then lower that to 5 bucks as it starts running. And then right here, YouTube videos, do all YouTube videos, languages. If you're speaking English, I would highly recommend putting in English right here. Okay, just because you don't want it to be like going to people that are not English speakers. And then obviously based off your business, you could be wanting to go through and target just the US, and or if you're trying to do a broader market but English speakers only, you can go through and say, United States, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, United Kingdom, a lot of these different ones, and just type these in right here. Okay, so I like to go, typically I wouldn't do all countries and territories, because then it just like Google has so much data, so many people visiting their site all the time, that you're gonna get a lot of low quality information. Whereas your cost per lead might be very low, but the quality of those leads are gonna be a lot lower than what you're probably looking for in your business. So for this example, I'm just gonna leave it at United States, and then inventory type, I just leave it at standard inventory. You can kind of mess with these and kind of play around. That's the big thing, is you got to go and mess and test and just see what works best for your business with all this stuff. Excluded content, I usually go through and exclude all of these, and then coming over here, I check all of those, exclude mature audiences. Additional settings, this is where if one person just like, you could spend all $50 with just one person. If they're going through and watching tons of YouTube videos and they just keep seeing your ad, you could spend your 50 bucks just like that off of one person, which is not very effective. So we want to do frequency capping right here and do cap impression frequency. So this means that if I put in 2 right here, that person's only going to see your ad twice a day max. And then cap view frequency, I only want them to see it once max per day. Okay, so these are kind of like the impressions of what I like to do, the number of views. And so that you're not having the same person that might be binge watching a bunch of YouTube videos seeing your ad the whole time, and maybe they never opt in, or they do opt in but you spent all 50 bucks on just this one person. It's not very efficient, it's not very effective. Okay, and so then ad schedule, you can choose what days or what time of the day or whatever you want right here, but I like to just do all days, just run it continuously throughout. So there's not like a time of day or a specific day that I've found that like really works the best to make it worth it to go through and only show it certain days, certain time of the days. However, with your business, that could be very doable, and that could actually really make sense. So then come in here, we name this an ad set. So now we come in here, we give this ad group a name. So we're just gonna call this demo right here. And then what I like to do is you have all these different options of like the demographics. You can choose by demographics or their audiences, or you can say, hey, I only want to target people who are typing in this keyword like basketball shoes or something like that, or topics, placements. You've got all these different options, but I usually like to come over here to audiences. And these are kind of your custom audience, and these are the ones you're going to see the best results with. So like I like to go through and first market to anyone who's already watched my YouTube videos, because that means they've spent a little bit of time with me watching the videos, hopefully build some rapport, some trust. They like what I have to offer and everything like that. And so they come down here and we will choose how they interacted with your business. So this remarketing and similar audiences. Okay, so now I can come down here, and if you've uploaded a list, you've got this combined list right here. If you want to say, hey, people who have visited my website, you've got website visitors right here. So if I say all visitors, so you can see 32,000 people. We'll just click on that, and then coming down, I'll choose a YouTube video that I want to go through and market. So just for this example, let's just choose this one, this guy's video.
What's better than having fast,
and we'll just throw this URL in right there. And obviously I'm not going to go through and fully promote this video because I wouldn't want to go through and do that. But now what you're going to do is put in the URL of where you're trying to generate leads. Okay, so one of the pages that I like to go through and generate leads to is this little Facebook ads training, which, you know, I've got a link to this down below, right below this video, that you guys can go through and check out all my Facebook ads training as well. I'll walk you in detail, step by step, how to generate leads, how I'm spending, you know, a good amount of money every single month at a profit, obviously. And so what you all do is just take this URL, paste it in right there. Oh, that's the display URL, right? Oh, right there. Okay. And then we'll come down to the call to action, and this display URL, guys, is really just going to be the same as this. Okay, you don't really need to mess around with that. It's not a big deal. And then the call to action, I would just say something like download, and I would be in this video, whatever video I put in here. It's probably gonna be a video of me saying, hey, click below to download the, you know, Facebook ads cheat sheet or whatever it might be. And so then we come in here, and notice you only have 15 characters and 10 characters here. So get my Facebook ads, something like that, right? And then we come down, give it a name, Facebook ads, hit save and continue. Then it goes through the review process, and once it's reviewed, it usually doesn't take too long. It's usually a few hours. Sometimes it can take as much as 24 to 48 hours. I've even had it where it's taken even several days. Google's process of reviewing ads sometimes is a little bit crazy, but that's just the way it is, right? So usually if your ad's not starting, some things that you can do is come up here, and on this cost per acquisition, increase this. So if you're only saying I'm only willing to pay $5 per lead, well, maybe they haven't started running your stuff because somebody else is willing to pay $10 per lead. And Google Ads is all based off of a bidding system. So if there's, let's say, 100 advertisement places and you have 10 advertisers and they're all willing to spend more money than you, then your ad's not going to show until all of their daily budget has been used up. You're just going to get the leftovers of whatever's left over to be spent and shown for your ad. Okay, so keep that in mind. If your ad's not showing, it's not necessarily that your daily budget is too small. It's that you're not willing to spend enough for that advertisement space, because once again, it's all a bidding game. Okay, so this is the first one that I would highly recommend doing. That is going through and generating leads with your Google AdWords campaign. And this is leveraging YouTube videos. Now, if we come back over here, just cancel out of this, leave. Another one I like to go through and run, and so you can see right here, these ones are at 15 bucks a day. And the reason why I like to run these is because if you look at your CPM, so your CPM is the cost to show your ad to 1,000 people. Okay, and when you're running a lead generation campaign, just like I showed you guys, usually your CPM is a little bit higher, but obviously we're going for leads, and so it's usually fine because then we're able to go through and remarket to them through email marketing or text marketing or whatever, phone calls. But I like to go through and throw in some of these other campaigns, 15 bucks a day. And I'll show you guys how to go through and set this all up here in just a second, because I'm able to get my business exposed to a lot more people. So if we come back over here to this AdWords tracking, you look at my CPM right here, you can see the days that I'm running these types of campaigns. I'll show you how to set up right here in just a second. See, $2, so $2.20 to show my ads to 1,000 people. Okay, and then it kind of creeps up a little bit here. Then I shut those campaigns off, which I'll show you guys how to set up here in just a second. And look, it jumped up to $16, $15, $14, $14, and then I turn it back on and jump down to $3 and $4 right here. Okay, so if you want to go through and get a lot of exposure to a lot of people, this is a great way to go through and set that up. So if we come over here to new campaign, we're going to click on product and brand consideration. Okay, and once again, you can either do a display ad. I like to do video ads because I'm trying to go through and lots of times promote my videos that I've got on my YouTube channel. And so we'll click continue, and so we'll just give this a name. So demo. Once again, like on these ones, because I'm not going for leads, I'm just going for exposure. I usually don't want to spend as much money per day, but obviously that's up to you and your goals. So I'll do about 15 bucks a day. And then coming down here, I just like I'll want still just English speakers. And then if I'm targeting a specific country or specific set of countries in with my lead generation ads, then I'll want to also target those same countries right here. So I'll just keep this here at United States, and then standard inventory, just like we did before. Excluded content, I'll just uncheck all these like I did before. Excluded types, embedded live videos, mature audiences, and additional settings. We can come over here, and on frequency capping, I don't necessarily do this because the more my ad can show on this type in front of as many people as possible, that's what I want. That's my goal here with this type of ad campaign that I'm setting up. Okay, so the ad group name, we'll just give it a demo again. And then for this one, lots of times, like you can, if you're trying to go through and you're trying to get people that are already familiar with you just to continually see you and get that exposure, then you want to go and just do the audiences, the remarketing audiences, just like I showed you. Now, if you're trying to use this to expand your audience, trying to get more people to know who you are, I lots of times like to use keywords. So like, for example, if I'm going to go through and say, hey, I want people to be able to opt into my Facebook ads cheat sheet right here that I've got up right here, but I want more people to see my videos before they come in and opt in, then I might just type in a keyword of Facebook ads. Now if I go over to YouTube and I do a quick little search for Facebook ads, I've got this little plugin. It's called Keywords Everywhere, and it says there's 165,000 people per month searching for the term Facebook ads. So that's a pretty good audience, and if they're typing in Facebook ads, they're probably wanting to learn about Facebook ads. And so if I type that in right there, then that is I want to target just these people who are typing in Facebook ads. Okay, and then coming down here, my cost per view, I would usually start out at about 10 cents. But once again, if you're not getting views on your video, then you might want to jump up to 20 cents, and then you can lower it down from there. And then let's just choose one of these Facebook ads videos. We'll pull out here's one of mine right here, 15,000 views, pretty good. So we'll grab this. Let's say I want to promote this video, and I will come back over here, just paste this in, and instead of an in-stream ad like I did before, so that's like before a video plays on YouTube, it'll show that before, I'll do a video discovery ad. Okay, now those are the ones where it's like if we type in Facebook ads like we did this last time,
is choosing the actual audience we want to target. So if you don't have any,
so search query Facebook ads. Oh, pull this up. So right up here, this is going to show up. This is what a video discovery ad is right there. Is you see like Fred Lamb right here, how I made 7.1 million with my e-commerce store. This is basically kind of like an ad showing up on Google search or anything like that, but it's in YouTube search, so you've got that right there. Okay, so then we come down here, give it a headline, really whatever, you know, like how to get started with Facebook ads, watch now, or something like that. Obviously you would put a little bit more thought into actually what you're saying right there. Give it a name and hit save and continue. And you can see right here the average cost per view, 6 cents to 14 cents, which I think right now I'm getting on this one about 6 cents, so on the lower end, so that's kind of nice. And then how many views potentially per day with the budget that we're willing to spend, how many impressions, all that stuff. And so it's how much of your budget you're going to actually be spending based off of your maximum cost per view bid right here. All right, so anyway guys, hopefully that was helpful as far as kind of a walkthrough of 2 of these different campaigns that I've been running that have been working extremely well. As you guys can see here by these numbers, this is just my AdWords tracking, and so I'm sending them to the Facebook ads mini course. and then I've got some products I sell on the back end of that. So that's where these sales are coming up from Stripe, from PayPal, all that stuff. So hopefully this made sense. And then also, if you guys want my free Facebook ads training, I've got that down in a link below. And also, if you guys comment down below, I've also got a Google AdWords cheat sheet that I'll be able to share with you. So comment down below, let me know that you guys want it, and I will message you and I'll send that over to you guys as well. And once again, if you guys found this video helpful, I would greatly appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. And with that said, thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all later.